Good morning. Welcome to
Math for Kids number 163.
Math for Kids number 163. Today we've got, what is this, the fourth in our series of fraction review videos. And today we're going to talk about adding fractions. So adding fractions is an interesting little problem because on the number line, I need an extra like pep today. Pep. 1. I forgot what number comes after 0. 2, 3. When we just add integers, our life's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
When we just add integers, our life is really easy. It's just, 1 plus 2 is 3, or 2 plus 3 is 5. But when we have fractions, it becomes a little bit more problematic. Here's a half, here's a fourth, here's 3/4, here's 2/3. So for example, let's blow this up and say from 0 to 1. And like here's a third, and here's a half. If I want to add a half to a third, it means I start here at 1/3, and I have to go forward by this much, right?
Yeah.
By a half. So I end up sort of over here. And the question is, where am I? And the hard thing is, you don't know when you've taken a step that's equal to 1/3 followed by a step that's equal to a half, where did you end up? A third plus a third is easy because that's just...
That's just 2/3.
2/3. And a half plus a half is easy because that's just...
1.
Or 2 halves, which we usually call 1. But a half plus a third we don't know, so you have to do an intermediate step. And what is that intermediate step when you're talking about a half plus a third?
You have to get a common denominator.
Right, you have to get a common denominator, which means we have to find fractions that simplify to be a half and simplify to be a third that we can add together. And we know how to add things together when they have the same denominator. Now, what's the easiest way to find a common denominator?
Well, just multiply one side by the denominator. Like, if you multiply this, the half by 3/3.
Okay, so we're going to multiply this by 3/3, and we're going to multiply this by
2/2.
2/2. And why can I multiply? Why can I just randomly multiply fractions
Because
by
this
2/2?
is
Because that's just multiplying by 1. It's multiplying by a hilarious form of 1. Watch how funny it is. 2/2. 3/3. Okay, so what do I get when I multiply a half by 3/3?
You get 3/6.
3/6 plus
2/6.
2/6. And 3/6 plus 2/6 is
5/6.
5/6. Now the very last step is always to see, can this be simplified?
Nope.
And it cannot be simplified because why?
Because nothing that's in the top goes into the bottom.
Or the other way around. Nothing that's in the bottom. What are the two numbers that go into
2 and
6?
3.
2 and 3. Neither one of them go into 5. Okay? So let's do some adding practice right away. Okay? So here we go. 3/11. We're just going to skip the easy ones. 3/11 plus 6/10. And is there anything you notice about the adding here where you could make your life easy right to start?
You can simplify 6/10.
Ah, okay, so I gave you something that was already unsimplified. How sneaky of me. What is 6/10?
6/10 is 3/5.
3/5. Now, that makes your life... Why add something that's hard when you can make something much easier? So a good first step is just to make sure both fractions are simplified. This is the same as 3/11 plus 3/5. Okay, what do I want to do now?
Now you get the common denominator, multiply by 5/5 and 11/11.
Okay, so I multiply by 5/5, and I multiply by 11/11. Remember, now those are just hilarious forms of 1, right? Did I ever tell you the story about 11/11? Woohoo! Okay, what do I get now on this side?
You get 15/55
15/55
plus 33/55.
33/55. And this is just what? You can write it?
This is 48/55.
48/55. And we might wonder, is 48/55 a fraction that can be simplified?
Well, 48/55, this is is 5 and 11.
Okay, so the only things that get, a lot of things go into 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So it's like, whoa, factoring 48 is hard, but factoring 55 is easy. It's only divisible by what
5
two?
and 11.
5 and 11. Does 5 go into 48?
Nope.
No, why not?
Because it doesn't end in 0 or 5.
It doesn't end in 0 or 5. Multiples of 5 are easy, and multiples of 11 are also easy. Does 11 go into 48? No, because it goes into...
44.
Okay, so this is simplified. 48 55ths is simplified. Okay, you ready for another one?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. 6 fourths plus 7 11ths. That's your challenge for this time. Okay? What are you going to do?
Well,
Oh, sorry. It doesn't really matter. I wrote 6 fourths, but I actually meant 4 sixths.
well, first we simplify 4 sixths.
Right, what is 4 sixths?
4 sixths is 2/3.
4 sixths is 2/3. You notice that you can factor a 2 out of the top and a 2 out of the bottom, and 4 sixths is 2/3.
So now we multiply by 3 over 3 and 11 over 11.
Okay, very good.
So we get 22 3/3 plus 21 3/3.
Okay, and what does that equal?
This equals 43 33rds.
Okay, now 43 33rds. The last step is always, can this be simplified?
Well, 33 is 3 and 11, and no.
Okay, how do you know that 3 doesn't go into
Because
43?
the sum of the digits is 7.
Okay, so we have a division rule for 3's that says if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. And if the sum of the digits is not divisible by 3, then the number is not divisible by 3. Sum of the digits 43, the sum of the digits is 7, not divisible by 3. Okay? Good. Now last one. 9/13 plus 1/7. Okay? I will step. Actually, no, I'm not going to step out of the way. I'll just let you go ahead and do this. I'll sit right here.
Alright. Well, nothing can be simplified here.
Okay, this one. 9/13 is simplified, 1/7 is simplified. So our first step of just checking whether things can be simplified, we're done.
So 13 over 13, 7 over 7.
Okay, so we just get a common denominator by our usual method.
7 times 13 is 91.
Okay, so we know 7 times 13 is 91.
So we get 7 times 9 is 63 over 91.
63 over 91 plus
13 over 91.
13 over 91, which is
76 over 91.
okay, 76 over 91. And now we have a pretty hard task of knowing, is 76 over 91 simplified or
Well,
not?
this is 7 and 13.
Okay, the nice thing on the bottom is we know that 91 is 7 times 13. So the only question is 76 divisible by 7 or 13?
Well,
Is it divisible by 7?
no,
Why not?
because 77.
Because 77 is divisible by 7, so which is only one away from that. What about 13?
13, it's not,
Why not?
because 78 is.
Why? What is 78?
78 is 6 times 13.
78 is 6 times 13. So 76 is not divisible by 7 or 13. Okay?
Yep.
So there you go. So 76 over 91. All right, good job. That is adding fractions. So let's just review real quick. The first step is simplify your fractions if you can, just to make your life a little easier.
Yep.
Okay? The second step is get a common denominator. The third step is when you get a common denominator, just add them up, because when we have a common denominator, that's what we know that we know how to add fractions with a common denominator. And the final step is see if you can simplify. And the simple thing to simplify is figure out either the top or the bottom, whichever one is easier to know what goes into it, and then just check those numbers. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so that's adding fractions. Nice job. Actually, we're probably going to have to go more than a week on this because we got to do subtracting fractions, we got to do multiplying fractions, we got to do dividing fractions. We got to do building pyramids out of fractions. We got to do, you know, turning fractions inside out, upside down, left, right, sideways fractions. Okay, so we probably have 3 or 4 more videos to do
in this series.
in this series about fractions. All right, good job today, honey. Good job.